don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm gonna get you high today. Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Smoking Roaches podcast. I am your host, your great friend, your smoke partner, because you know how I get down, man. We grow good, we smoke good, man. Hey, man, what you smoking down to the roach? I am your boy, Rob Coffee. And tonight, man, right before Thanksgiving, I got a special guest. I told y'all we was going to do something special. It ain't the anniversary episode, but it's definitely something close to it, man. I met this guy on Instagram, yeah, and we just instantly connected because we both into the cannabis industry, of course. He designed clothes, I design clothes, man. And it's all about the good smoking, man. So let me introduce my guest here today, Mr. Sylvester. I am so sorry. I'm already high, bro. My bad. Hey, Mr. Sylvester from ChibaWare.com, man. What's going on, brother?
How you doing, Rob? I'm good. Thank you for having me on the show.
Man, I'm doing good, man. Thank you for coming to this show, bro. I know we've been pushing it back for a couple of weeks, man, but life be lifing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know you understand that.
Indeed, I do. I really do.
Man, that's dope. How'd you find out about smoking roaches anyway? Was it like we came down your timeline on Instagram, or how did you even find out about us?
I did a podcast with 420 Friendly Radio, and I saw that you were friends with him. So I'm like, all right, let me check this man out. I seen your whole title, Smoking Roaches. I'm like, let me check this out. I'm like, that's interesting. Right. So I started looking, at your podcast, and then I did it. Excuse me.
See, we both smacked already. It's all good. So now we even there, so it's cool.
Exactly, no problem.
Right. Oh, you said Smoke 420 Radio. That's family, man. Oh my God, Big Hove, man, and Pastor Green, dumb man. That's family right there, bro. Like I've been fucking with them dudes since like I first started comedy, bro. Like matter of fact, that was my first podcast that I went on when I first started comedy. And I've been doing this shit for like 15 years now, bro. So, we got some history together with them cats, man. And I'm so proud to see what they've achieved. So coming from where they started to where they at, man, these guys have achieved so much, man. I'm so proud of them, bro. I got to give them some claps on that one, man.
I said that too, yeah.
Yeah, man, no doubt, bro.
The more you do something in repetition, the more it shows.
Right. And another good thing about it, young, is I love to see black men doing something, bro. That's always something good to see black men have an idea and taking it and run with it, man. Just like you with ChibaWare, man. Tell me a little bit about that also, man. Because when I was on your page, I was like, I gotta step my art game up here because ChibaWare looking kind of good out this joint, man. So I was like, man, I gotta figure out something. Let me pick this cat's brain real quick, man. So tell me a little bit about ChibaWare, man. Tell me a little bit about you and ChibaWare. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Okay, when I get elevated, I'm a very creative person. It's like art just comes out of my head. Ideas just come out of my head. And so one day, ChibaWare was originally called Chiba Girl Magazine. Okay. You would have this beautiful, curvy, green-skinned woman, and her afro is buds.
Right. Okay.
And I just took that, and I'm like, there's so many ways that I could do it. And every time I picture it, I'm like, she's always naked, but natural and beautiful. But of course, you can't have, your artwork naked all the time. You got to put clothes on them, unfortunately.
Right. That's the way it is now, man. That's how it is now. And I get it too, because nowadays it's not necessarily about nudity. It's about the artsy of it. And I see that's definitely where you're trying to, or where you are taking it with it. Not necessarily, what I'm saying, just on some creep pervert stuff. You're really on some artsy stuff, because I've actually seen some likeness of the idea that you're speaking of on a few websites as well. But yours is definitely something unique that stands out. So, can you elaborate on me a little bit more on like when you are you still going to do the magazine, or were you going to go from the magazine, or what's the next step as far as Shebaware?
Well, I tried to do the magazine twice. The
Mm-hmm.
second time I just couldn't, hang with it anymore. The first one I did, I can't remember where I put the digital one at, but I will find it.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I hired one model, one body paint artist, and one photographer.
Okay.
It didn't really go as planned, but I mean, through some photoshopping,
Mm-hmm.
it has that realistic, it is realistic, but it also has that artisticness to it,
Right.
added on to it.
Right.
Because
Right.
it was kind of like green screen almost when I really think about it.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, now also on there I had like articles. I started doing interviews with a few dispensaries to put into the magazine.
Okay.
But the second
Okay.
time I tried to do another model, it was just way too expensive. The location, everything, the what I want to say, the body paint artist, the photographer, it was just too much, and it just wasn't going anywhere. I mean,
Right.
I couldn't keep up with the finances of doing
Of
something
course.
like that.
Of course.
But for the most part, what I had in my head was I wanted it to be, like a cannabis magazine, but also
Mm-hmm.
with that Playboy penthouse feel.
Okay. Okay. That's dope. How long you been working on this, on
two
your project?
years,
Okay. Okay. So you still kind of fresh with them, just like us. Yeah. Okay. That's dope. That's dope, man.
and I changed it
Go ahead.
to something more affordable, clothing.
Right. 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 And that makes the most sense.
Like I was saying before, I hired a few artists.
Mm-hmm.
That worked out well. Sometimes it didn't. And then I went to ChatGPT and
Mm-hmm.
started telling exactly what I want, because
Right.
I feel like I'm very detailed. When that's the thing, you got to be very detailed with ChatGPT when you want a specific kind of art. You just can't put
Absolutely.
stars in the
Mm.
sky.
Right. Right. Right.
You
Right.
got to put color in there. You got to put some emotion in it.
You're absolutely right, and that's one of the things that I've realized, because a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now is based off a lot of Chat GPT stuff, and people always talk about, man, that AI stuff is taking away from creativity. I'm like, you can't chat the machine doesn't do anything unless you tell it to do it. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So if you just sit there and open that app up, all it's going to do is just sit there, wait for you to give instructions for what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? So that part is why I think the creativity still has to play a part in, and to bring out what you're coming from. And like you said, it's a lot cheaper and it's financially, it just makes the most sense. You see what I'm saying? Hollywood and all that stuff is not needed anymore nowadays. You feel me?
Yeah. You
Y-
can literally, that's what I've been wanting to do. That's why I like making little AI, cuts here and there just to put on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
it showed that people are watching it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's all it takes.
um as far as like taking away creativity, there's no way you can take away creativity. What
Mm-hmm.
they're mad about is that people are using a system that is not completely free, you
Okay.
know
Okay.
but
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
takes away money from a true artist. And secondly, that doesn't exclude them at all.
Right.
There may be something that you can do, the artist can do, that AI cannot. Let's be real, because
Exactly.
there's a lot of violation restrictions. You can't
Exactly.
just create what you want.
Hmm. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And the thing about that as well is, like, this is the new age of technology anyway. Like, there is, I mean, there's still Hollywood and all that kind of good stuff, but it's getting to a point like now people are making movies with with these apps, and these movies are like really good. You know what I mean? And then people who down anything AI, you got to think, bro. What about CGI? That's an AI. That's also an AI version of something. They're creating something artificial into the image of something and being a reality. You see what I'm saying? So there is no different on how you create it. Because when I do smoking roaches, I also throw little clips up there that I've gotten from an AI created a 5 second clip or a 3 second clip or something like that, just to show that this is the idea that we're having. Because actually smoking roaches is actually going was going to be an actual cartoon. it's a whole smoking roaches like universe, like a whole world for just roaches. You know what I'm saying? They actually going around smoking weed, trying to find. They found this was actually me and my other co-host. He's not here right now, but it was me and him, and we find this super weed. We get so high that we drift off into this fantasy world, into the roach world. So now we're going around, going through this roach world, like regular problems, going through regular issues in the streets and everything we trying to do like regular people. But our whole goal is to find the super weed dude with the find to get the super weed to get back human again. That's the whole goal. So we're going through all these adventures and the whole thing is based out of one apartment building. But as a roach, you don't know that this is an apartment building. All you know is this is this big ass place where you got to travel to get to certain levels. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole little community within this apartment building. So that's the concept that I've been using for smoking roaches. So to get the idea of how I want to take it and which way I want to go with it, I throw into those AI apps and just to get a visual, okay, I want him to come here and do this and do this. Okay, now at least I got a visual on how I want to take it. So when I do go to the artist, because you still need somebody to know how to do the angles and all that good stuff, you have something ready in hand. You don't want to go in there and like, well, maybe if I do this. No, you want to go in that junk with book in hand. Dude, we don't need to spend an hour on here instead of spending 5 hours. You don't cut 3.5 hours already done because you did most of the work. You see what I'm saying? That's how I look at it as far as AI and using it for what it is. I mean, technology is just what it is nowadays. You know what I mean?
I agree. It is what it is nowadays. And I like that idea that you got. I mean, I was like playing a cartoon in my head. It looked like a kid's cartoon, but it's actually for like what do you call them things? Like a adult comedy.
There you go. That's exactly what it is. Is they're look friendly enough to get a plush doll, but they're still like these are roaches smoking weed down to the roach. Come on, dog. It's the play on words a little bit. You see what I'm saying? So when we have our the drama that we're going through in the little community, we're gonna use real live events. Like one episode, there's a rat named Fatashi 39 or something like that. Of course, you know who I'm talking about, 6ix9ine. He's a rat. So we have to go through him to get to the one of the people that we think is the guy with the super bud. You see what I'm saying? So we're using real life events. We're just putting into in their concept of it. You see what I'm saying? So
I can
because
see that like a little cartoon roach, and then they got streetwear on.
streetwear on. I mean, look at them. This is the very first version, but we have like, I done made like three more, four versions of it where they're actually with a hoodie on, some Tims, you know what I'm saying? And all their friends are like, I got one called, this guy right here, Shaky. He's like, bro, man, from the fifth floor. He always got to connect. He know how to do everything and always survive. You see what I'm saying? He's the motherfucker that what you need, he can get it. You know what I'm saying? Then we got their girlfriends are also roaches. Then we got the rapping grasshopper. Then we got, you know what I'm saying? So we actually playing into the roach community. You see what I'm saying? So, and I'm sitting here as I'm thinking about it. Chiba wear would be kind of dope. That can be the brand that they're wearing, or the females that can be wearing on there because we got a whole house, we got all that, so they can wear the Chiba wear on the cartoon itself. You see what I'm saying? That's co-mixing the two together. You know what I'm saying? At least that's an idea anyway.
That is an interesting idea. I can most definitely see that happening.
Right, right. What you plan on? What's your end goal? Well, before we get into that, the conversation was going so well, man. I get to talking like crazy, man. Before we start anything, I always ask every guest on here, man. I know you smoke the weed. I know you smoke the good stuff, man. We grow good. We smoke good, man. Let me ask you this, my boy. What are you growing, smoking down to the roach right now, my friend? What's your favorite weed?
Let me see. For a couple of months, it was a sativa called L'Orange. It was a good
Oh,
3 hour high. It's like
shit.
from Rhythm.
Where you get that from?
Let me see. La Plata Dispensary Works.
Oh, you got it from a dispensary. Oh, see, my co-host, man, me and him be debating back and forth about the dispensary and getting it from the streets, man. I'm just like, bro, we kind of bougie now, bro. We kind of bougie out here. You a sativa guy too?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, my co-host, of course, he's an indica guy, and he be trying us hard. So I'm like, bro, I don't be wanting to go to sleep, bro. I be trying to do stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like
Right,
I
right.
got
What
work
else
to
you
do.
smoke? Right, right. What else you smoking on, man?
I'm just a flower guy, old fashioned flower guy. I don't like pins. I don't like the vapes. I don't like it.
Wow. Are you old school? How old are you? How old are you?
I am 49.
49. Okay, you got me about 4 years. Okay, so you old school, old school. Okay, because I tried to fun. Matter of fact, well, let me tell you what I be smoking down to the roach, man. Right now, I just finished hitting the J. That's why it took me so long to hit you. I was smoking some green apple, and that's one of my favorite sativas, bro. That's one of them junk. That's why I'm just rambling on right now, bro. Because I'm high right now. I got the munchies a little bit, and I got my joint from the dispensary as well. I got mine from what's the place over here off God damn it, I'm high. By Big Boy Toys. Um, 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 God damn it, I just left from over there 2 days ago. It's one of my
Big boy.
favorite dispensaries over there. Right by Big Boys. It's right beside Big Boys, right by the McDonald's and the Burger King. I can't think of that
Uh,
thing to save my life right
what
now. I just
what city is it in? What area?
Oxon Hill, Maryland. Oxon Hill, Maryland. You know what Big
I
Boy
haven't been.
Toys, the rim shop is, right? In Oxon
Uh,
Hill?
I think I do. I haven't been over there in a while.
Yeah, over there by the plaza, right off St. Barnabas Road, over that way. St. Barnabas
Okay.
Road, Maryland. Yeah, it's a dispensary. Anyway, it's a dispensary over there, and I got some green apple out that joint, man, some sativa, and that joint that's one of my favorites. And that's crazy because I do edibles, I do pens, I do vapes, bro. I done did it all, bro. I'm 45, so I'm just like, I can't do the funnel. You do funnels?
Um, what you mean,
Yeah.
like bongs or pipes?
No, when they put the little crushed up tobacco inside the joints and shit like that.
Mm-mm.
You don't do none of that. Yeah, yeah. Okay, you
Just
good and old
papers.
school.
It's like
Papers.
I
Okay.
stopped doing blunts when I was like 22 because I would hawk up
Yep.
loogies.
Yep. Yep. Disgusting James. Now they putting that tobacco and all that funnel shit inside of it, talking about they boost the high and all that other bullshit, bro. I'm like, that's why I draw the line at, bro. That's why I draw
Yeah,
the line. I've grown
it's
weed. You grow weed too?
no, I
You've
wish
never grown weed for real?
never.
Man, you better get you a tent and some seeds and a light and grow it right in your damn house. Well, and grow it right in your house, bro. It
But
ain't hard
first,
to
I
do
gotta
it
be able
either.
to afford one.
It's real out here in these streets, bro. But I'd rather support my habit than support some other shit sometimes. I'm like so irresponsible sometimes, bro. I be down to my last $6. I'm like, man, I'm about to go buy me a pre-roll. Fuck that. I ain't even ate nothing today, bro.
I've had days like that,
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta do what you
truly.
gotta do. So let's get back into Sheba wear, man. What's your actually your end goal? What do you plan on doing with it, down the line?
Let me see. I'd like to take it international someday.
Okay.
Because cannabis is universal,
Mm-hmm.
and the statement is just unapologetically, be yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's made for creativity, and creativity should be eye catching right there in front of your face. Um, Not only do I want to like continue making streetwear, um, I do want to get into things like lingerie for the
Okay.
ladies, more t-shirts and hoodies for the guys,
Mm-hmm.
boxers for the guys. Let me see. Remember we were talking about like okay, I do want to make an OnlyFans with Chiba Girl. I really do.
That would be cool as shit. I was just thinking about that when you tell me. I'm like, that would be cool as shit right there, because that'd be something that people wouldn't even expect or even understand where that's coming from until they get there and see the actual site itself. That's cool.
Cause she's
I like
already
that.
sexy. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right. And that's the thing. Sex appeal is definitely will make things stand out a lot, bro. Like, and you don't see many. I'm proud to say that I'm seeing a lot of black female cannabis influencers and content creators, bro. And they got like legit businesses, bro. So I'm always proud to sisters doing something like that. You know what I mean? And we always see the knuckleheads doing something, but it's always good to see women doing something like that. You feel me? So I think that
I
your
do agree.
idea would be awesome. Your idea would be so awesome with the OnlyFans.
I most definitely agree with that. Speaking of which, I do got a couple of orders coming in. Hopefully this evening, either tomorrow. I did meet a few, you know, ladies who are influencers on Instagram, and they all like Ganja Kitty. That's
Oh,
another one of my characters. Excuse me.
okay, okay,
Ganja Kitty came from my second model.
okay.
Her handle on Instagram is called Ganja Kitty, which is related to burlesque dancing.
Oh wow, oh wow.
And of
Mixing the
course,
two.
don't
Okay.
ask me to explain the whole thing. It's
All
too much to explain. But
right, you're too high right now. I can dig it. I can dig it. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
the idea came from her, you know, and I just started imagining a green fur cat with purple hair, and
Right,
just
right,
kept that in mind, ganja.
right, right,
And
right.
ladies seem to like it. I mean, like right now I
Mhm.
got uh like a crop top long sleeve to do, a regular crop top, and a hoodie crop top,
Mhm.
all
Mhm.
ganja kitty. You know,
Okay.
not be
Okay.
bragging or anything like that,
Right.
but I'm
No, you
just really
definitely not
happy
bragging,
about it.
bro. Oh, of course, you never bragging on our show, bro. It's all about giving props to anybody. If you want to shout out those people as well, definitely give props, bro. That's what it's all about. We got to support our black businesses, bro. So I'm sitting here intrigued. Like everybody has a different idea on how to do to from the beautiful flower of cannabis, John. That's so awesome, bro. And I like your ideas and where you're going with that joint too. Cause I can one thing I like about at least both of our ideas, bro, that'd be so cool. We can make these like Comic-Con characters, bro. We can actually get like real mascots and go to Comic-Con and people actually want to dress up like our characters, bro. That's how you know that we might not be as big as Marvel or that in it, but we will still have that same flavor. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be on a level of like Bob's Burger type thing. You know what I mean? I want my joint to be my
What about
ultimate goal is to sell it to Adult Swim for real. That's my ultimate goal. I
now
want to
you're
build
talking my
something like that.
language?
Yeah, yeah.
What about BlurCon next year?
BlurCon?
Uh-huh.
I've never even heard of that. All I know is Comic Con.
Um well, BlurCons is a comic book convention, I think, in the is it Crystal City or Hyattsville area? I don't know,
Hmm.
but it's like what it stands for is Black Nerd.
Hmm.
That's why it's called Blurred Con.
Oh, BLERD or something like that. I think I've seen
Uh,
that before.
yeah, BLERD. Yeah,
Yeah, blurred. Yeah, I think I've seen that before. Okay, I just didn't know what it was. Okay.
yeah. It's basically a comic convention for black nerds, and I've been wanting to go for many years. I just haven't been able to. But next year, that is something that I really, really want to do. Is like
Okay.
have all Chiba wear out there. I think it'll
Mhm.
do well, especially yours too. You
Yeah,
know what I
no
mean?
doubt.
And like you were saying, we should do like a convention together. I'm like, that would
Yeah.
be it.
Yeah, yeah. I was actually well, one of my things is, and we can definitely chop it up later about this. I was going to do a Smoking Roaches comedy festival. You know what I'm saying? I do stand up comedy or whatever the case is, and we have a comedy show. And everybody, if you got a marijuana marijuana gear, bud to sell, come to the show and to sell your products there. You know what I'm saying? It's all about putting the next business on. You know what I'm saying? But the whole kick of it is gonna have a comedy show slash talent show. I don't want to make it just comedy. I want people to actually come out there and it's more of a if you smoke, come show your talent. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just lazy nobodies. There's actually smokers that's very talented and have skills. We like to get high to bring our creativity out. You know what I mean? So I think Sheba Ware and Kitty Ganja would definitely be a good additive to that as well, man. I would
I'd
definitely
be
like
delighted to.
to bring you on that.
Please let me know when.
Yeah, yeah. We aiming for next summer. I'm gonna definitely shoot for next summer. I'm everything that I'm doing now over the holidays. I'm letting all the holidays get past, and things wear down. The new spring come in, and I want to try to plan something around that time. Actually,
Right.
what I might end up doing is remember I was telling you about Canada Cape Cod, the only cannabis infused Airbnb around this area.
You did
Yeah,
mention
yeah,
that.
yeah. I'm gonna tag you as well, with her as well, because that'll be another good plug for you for your wear as well, especially if you're directing towards females with your clothing. But yeah, I would like to have maybe you can have the festival at her Airbnb, because I think she says she has enough room to do something like that. So we might can do something like that and get all of us together or something, you know. I get 4 or 5 comics to come out there, and if you know somebody that rap or whatever they do, and then just throw something together for the spring, summertime kind of thing. You know what I mean? Even if it's the end of the year or whatever, or one of the festivals, that can be our little 420 festival kind of thing. You know what I mean? Just something.
I do like the sound of that.
Yeah, yeah, just something to bring along. Just bring the movement a little stronger. That's all we doing. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Have you been into any of the festivals?
No, I haven't. I've been wanting to go to the what do you call it, the National Canna Fest,
Yeah.
and do my vending there, but
Mhm.
table there is very expensive.
Right, right. Of course, they're gonna make money off that joint. Yeah, especially if you got celebrity rappers and all that coming through too. So yeah, I keep saying every year I plan to say I'm gonna go, but something comes up and I end up getting sidetracked or whatever. But I'm just like $85, $170 for some weed show.
Yeah, I
I'm
think it was
like,
like
you really gotta
850
be,
or something. I'm like,
yeah, yeah. I mean, but for us, we have to go to something like that though, because who's gonna know about us unless we go out there and they can see about us? You know what I mean? So that's one of the things I think, that if we want to push our brands, we have to go out there and push our brands, and that'd be one of the places where we can push our brands the best in the community of that kind of thing. You see what I'm saying? So I think that maybe, hopefully next year. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say next year we're gonna definitely go to the Smoking Roach is definitely gonna be in the one, at least in DC, the RFK Stadium at least.
I like the idea of the Airbnb, but I
Yeah.
feel what you're saying though. That is something that we most definitely need to do in the future.
Hmm.
But in the meantime, since it's too expensive, we go around it, I guess you might say.
Hmm.
Get the
Hmm.
outer parts, like
Oh
you're
yeah.
saying, like the Airbnb and other places that are not so expensive.
Right. 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 Right.
And then, when enough people know about us,
Then we can
then we
jump
go.
off. Yeah, that's the thing about stand-up comedy. You know what I'm saying? It's like having an open mic, but since we have an actual foundation around what we're doing, it's not going to be just a comedy show. It's going to be a comedy show with a theme behind it. So that's what'll bring the people out. The theme of it will bring the people out. You see what I'm saying? The cannabis infused. We're gonna probably have food and all that kind of stuff. Everything gonna be infused. So it's gonna be a real show. You know what I mean? We're gonna charge at the door. It's not no free thing. They ain't gonna just come and hang out. No, you gotta pay at the door. You probably get a free pre-roll, or just things to, you gotta think we're promoting our brands out there. So we want to get people to come out here and see us and see what we're about and see what we have to offer, not just one idea and just, okay, I just got shirts. Okay, what else you got? Okay, I got a shirt. Now what? What else you know what I mean? So like with Smoking Roaches, we have the cartoon, we have the comic books, we're gonna have the podcast, we're gonna have my own strand of weed. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna build our actual empire under this name. You see what I'm saying? So you always want to have different avenues, at least the way I've been taught, have different avenues when you're trying to promote your brand or trying to start a successful business. You know what I mean? Because I'm an introvert. I stay in the house all the time, bro. Like I don't never go outside unless I have to, you know what I'm saying? But we have to break away from that in order for people to hear about us. You know what I'm saying?
You are correct about that. Yeah, getting out of your comfort zone to do what you have to do so people get to know who you are and what your brand is.
Mm-hmm.
But what
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to go out there willy nilly. You want a target,
Right, right, right.
a
Exactly.
destiny, a
Exactly.
pinpoint.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to mean
Mm-hmm.
something. It
Mm-hmm.
can't just be out of the blue.
Right. You're absolutely right. That's why you were playing. That's why we were playing something like that and really organize it and really, you know what I'm saying, have ticket sales on Eventbrite. See, that's something that a lot of us sometimes forget, that anything that we do, we have all these great ideas and we can take them and be millionaires from the ideas. But the first thing we have to always remember, we got to remember the business part of it too. You see what I'm saying? We can't just, like you said, we can't just go out there willy-nilly and think we're just gonna make $1 million. You got to understand how to go out there and make the $1 million, who to talk to, what lane to be in to go out there and make that $1 million. You see what I'm saying? Because like we always say, it's definitely enough of us out there. You have an idea, I have an idea, my man got an idea, everybody has one. You see what I'm saying? It's just who goes out there and who's more hungry to go out there and get it when the opportunity comes and presents itself. And you have to be out there to gain those opportunities or put yourself into those places to get those opportunities, right?
I don't mean to interrupt, but
No,
it's
you
like
good.
now my mind is going back to what you were saying about like the comedy,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm thinking about also, okay, what if I got a model and had her body painted as Chiba
Yep.
girl and have
Yep.
her, dance burlesque style?
Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That'll
Mm-hmm.
be
That's the
some
thing.
straight up
That's
entertainment
the
with the.
thing. That's the thing that will bring the people because it's a whole show. It's not just a weed show or it's not just a comedy show. It's a whole production we're putting on. We're not just going in and just smoke weed and act stupid. No, we're gonna put on a real show, some food. You're gonna get your money's worth. You're gonna pay 50, $60. You're gonna get your money's worth. So if you infuse food, a free pre-roll, a comedy show, burlesque show, karaoke, come on, bro. You're getting a lot for a little bit of money. You see what I'm saying? And it's the only thing that is causing us is this time and what I bring our products in there. By that time, you should have some shirts made up. Everybody should have shirts and hoodies because you know what you're coming to. You see what I'm saying? So that's the way that I like to. When I have an idea, I don't come with just half stepping. I like to bring the full force with it. You see what I'm saying? I can risk losing a couple of dollars because I know at least 100 motherfuckers gonna follow me on Instagram and support the brand because they like the idea and waiting for something else to drop. Like people, everybody that I talk about smoking roaches to and I explain it to, everybody get a smile on their face because they get the concept. So I have the idea of like, okay, people really fuck with it. So I gotta give what the people want. When you drop your brand on people and they get that smile on their face, oh, yo, that's a dope. I like that, Joan. Where can I find you at? Boom. Now you got to give them something because soon they lose that thought. They go home and they're not gonna search it up. Most likely, you got to get them right there when you're talking to them. You see what I'm saying? So that's all about being prepared. You know what I'm saying? And us being in there 2 and 3 years, we don't know nothing, but we're learning as we go. So like we was talking the other day, it's about trial and error.
Truly, it is.
You know what I mean? Where do you
You gotta learn from every mistake, especially when you're making your clothes. And remember what I was saying to you before, like when you're doing your DTF stuff. One thing you always do, you when you order your clothes, whether it be small, medium, large, get your clothes first. You measure it from shoulder seam to shoulder seam, then from collar to bottom seam. That'll
well,
give you
let,
your
let me
measurements, so
let me
you don't.
let me interrupt you for one question. Explain to me where we're going from there because we about to get into the clothing line and I want the people to understand like how you do your thing as far as DTF, which explain what that means because a lot of people might not like understand what that means. So can you give me a breakdown on your foundation or your manufacturing ways and throw some websites out on how you do your product?
Of course. Um, DTF, the meaning of it is called direct to fabric.
Okay.
And what kind of fabric you might be asking is okay, you can do cotton, polyester, those are all very good for putting DTF on. Basically, what it is, it's a printed sticker with adhesive that goes on the shirt.
Just
And
like
what
you
you
just
do
told
is
me.
you add just like Rob's got his shirt. That is a DTF and it's beautiful color. I like that. It's very vibrant and it's eye catching. That is a
Right.
very good DTF. And he got
Mhm.
that from Ninja Transfers. It's the same company I use for all my Chiba Girl and Ganja Kitty stuff.
Quick.
Now, with that, you might be in a rush, so don't
Mhm.
rush yet. So the first thing you want to do is order your garments from wherever you're getting it, like a wholesale or anything like that. I myself sometimes go to Amazon, and there's
Mhm.
another one I go to called Blank House out in Texas. They
I've
have
heard of them.
stuff like Shaka Wear, which is very good shirts. You also have, I think it's called Smartex.
Okay.
They're very
Okay.
good, 100% cotton fabric t-shirt. kind of, you know, a little bit heavy, but you know, it's very good and it doesn't shrink like Gildan. Of
I was
course,
about to
you're gonna,
ask you
you
about
know,
Gildan.
start out with Gildan.
Yeah, I
Everybody
was about to
has.
ask you because I think that's the cheapest one you can buy. So you start out with the what you can afford. So
Exactly.
that definitely makes a difference. Okay, I got you. Go ahead.
But you know, be prepared is like, you know, as your customer list grows, you know, they're going to ask for better quality, you know, clothing. But yes, starting out with Gildan is a good idea, but just, you know, be prepared because people are going to tell you it shrinks in the wash a little bit, but tell them to wash it in cold water. But getting back to the DTF, when you order your clothes or when you get them from Michaels or, you know, any kind of store like that, fabric store, and you starting out for the first time, you measure from shoulder seam to shoulder seam. That'll give you your width. Then you measure from collar down to the bottom seam. That'll give you the length. So when you ordering from Ninja Transfer, you can put those numbers in, and when you get that gang sheet, that image should fit right in those diameters, I guess you might
Okay,
say.
okay,
So that's because
okay.
sometimes you can, you know, you can get stuff that's too big or too small, and you be like,
Right,
dang, I wasted my money.
right. We hate
Always
doing
measure
that.
your garments before you get DTFs.
Okay. Gang sheet. That's the multiple pictures on one sheet, right? That's where you can
Exactly.
order them. Okay. And that's probably a cheaper way of doing it too. That seemed like that would make more sense.
And also get in the habit of removing your backgrounds from your images. So, you know, just like how Rob got it, it's got no backgrounds. It just makes everything pop better. I mean, some
Mm-hmm.
image you have, you may have a background that just like, you know,
Right.
the whole image just won't do without. And I've got shirts like that,
Right,
you
right,
know.
right, right,
But if you can, try to get in the habit of removing the background
right. That's
from your
definitely.
images.
I had to realize that the long hard way. I kept because like one of my first shirts on the ones that I would like wear around just to be wearing around like the first version of my shirts. I used the my inkjet printer and some paper from Michaels and thought I was doing something with that until I discovered Ninja Transfer and stuff like that. I was like, oh, this would make a whole lot more sense. I'm not wasting all this ink, and it's pretty much the same price if you really do the math on it anyway. So
Right.
it's definitely reasonable to outsource as opposed to trying to do it yourself if you can afford to do that. I think in the long run, outsourcing like things like these DTFs and DT fabrics and stuff like that is always trying to best to outsource unless you have the type of machines and material to do it yourself for the best quality that you know that will last a pretty good while. Because like you just mentioned, those shirts, I've never heard of those shirts before. I'm just used to like Gildan or like Hanes or one level up from from there. Then one of my friends, he came with one of his shirts, and that junk was like so much better. I was like, yo, this shirt is comfortable as hell compared to my shirt for like SOS pads. This junk nice and warm and toasty and shit. I'm like, my hoodie wind be going all through that motherfucker. I'm like, yeah, customers ain't gonna never buy this shit, man. You know what I mean? So that's dope. Do you print all your shirts yourself? Like how do you print your shirt? You got a heat press and all that good stuff?
I do have a heat press machine, was it a 16 by 16
Oh, you got a large one.
heat
Okay.
press? So it's kind of big, but it's not like industrial size. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when I'm pressing, I have to do things several times to make
Mm-hmm.
sure the whole garment is on there. And yes, you will have to use thermal tape
Yeah.
to hold
Yeah.
your images in place. That happens
I
sometimes.
had to learn that the hard way.
But what I like to do is, when I got my heat press in there, I like to heat press the top first so that stays still. Then
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and do my sides, the bottom, and just rotate the whole thing until
Okay.
I got it everywhere.
Okay. You multi-rotate your okay. I got a big one. I think sometimes most of my stuff that I think my jackets, when I did my jackets, I had to do the top half and then scoot it up and do the bottom half. But I think my shirts fit like right directly on the size of where it's supposed to be at. So if I line it up the way it's supposed to be on there, it's just big enough to catch the whole frame of my of the block, within the design of the frame of the shirt. My heat press
Right.
is just enough to fill that area in. So Sometimes I have to double do it, but I got one of those ones where I can take my heat press apart and put the one for the baseball cap. I can do hats also, and like mugs. I can do plates. I can do all kinds of like little knickknacks. I got the little the multi pack heat press drink off Amazon, of course. I think I paid like 160 or something like that. It wasn't even that expensive for what I got for it. You see what I'm saying?
That reminds me of what you were saying about what I see in the future. I've always wanted to have my own smoking kit with Chiba Girl, like a
Mm,
rolling tray, a grinder, a spoon pipe made, designed like her.
yep,
Even this bong that I had in mind, you know,
brother. It's
one day when I
easy.
get enough money and it gets a little bit more popular, I will start making those things.
It's easier than you think, my friend. I'm telling you, all you gotta do is buy some resin. You have everything else in your house that you need. All you need is the resin and your mold. All you need is your mold, three pieces together in your mold, like for your grind from your grinder. Put it in
Hmm.
three pieces, pull the resin over top of that drain, pull the mold over it, let it get hard. You got your daggone grinder that's pretty damn strong because that resin is very strong. And there go your own design right there. And you can put your conjure girl kitty sticker on top of it before, so it'd be right underneath the resin mold other thing, so it'd never come out of that drain, bro. I done looked
Okay.
into all that stuff, bro. So we gonna definitely chop it up on some things, bro, about doing that.
I like to see that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds interesting.
Yeah, and it's not hard to do, and it's not that expensive. And like I said, you can do your trays, you can do your own custom boxes. Because I've actually at one time, a young lady that I was dating, we came up with the idea of taking old cigar boxes, like the ones you buy from a cigar shop, the real cigar boxes. Once they empty them out, we take and dump everything out, clean them all up, and we design your own custom smoke boxes. Like we just make it a custom smoke boxes with your own character on top of it, the smoking roaches character, hand painted, with our custom gifts inside of the box. You know what I'm saying? We was doing custom boxes like that for a while. So, I mean, just taking the time to try something and do something is going to always, you know what I'm saying? You never know what you get out of it. Then you can charge what you want to charge because it's a custom box. Like you sat there and hand painted those boxes. You know what I mean? So, any kind of idea that you have, you definitely run with it. You know what I mean? At least get the foundation of how to get it started, at least if nothing else. You know what I'm
Okay. I like
saying?
the sound of that.
Yeah, that's the way I've always done. I got a millions of ideas in my head, bro. Like I done started writing books, man. I done started writing movies. I done started trying everything. I was like, one of these daggone things gonna hit, man. I'm gonna make me some money out of this, man.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Way I feel for like many years. You get all these ideas. One of them is gonna, yeah, do
Hmm.
what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly. You got all your stuff copyrighted and LLC'd and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah,
Okay, okay,
Chibaware
yeah.
is copywritten and trademarked under Chiba Girl magazine.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah. We are definitely trademarked and LLC as well. That's the first thing that we did for this one, man. That's dope, man. And that's also awesome. How do you feel about the way the marijuana industry is going now? Like how all of a sudden now it's just this big boom in the industry. They didn't got weed stocks on the stock market now. They got all the pop-ups. They got everything you can think of weed infused now, based on, like I said, you almost touching the 50 line and you old school with the weed. How do you see that the weed is going the way it's going now, man? You think it's good, bad, crazy, or give me your opinion on it.
Um, it's just the beginning right now. It's just getting started.
Hmm.
Really, I mean, it is not even 10 years old yet. The whole industry,
Hmm.
and there's so much more that could be done with it. Bars, more lounges. I
Hmm.
mean, I've even seen on Instagram people would say how it would be to have the first movie theater where you can smoke in.
Right, right,
I would
right.
love to see that. I mean, can you just imagine a
Mhm.
movie playing 3D glasses and you just
Mhm. Right, right,
psychedelically far out?
right. That would be dope. That would be dope. That would be dope.
That needs to
That
happen. all
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Like you said, we only 10 years in, bro. And just in the 10 years, look where we've taken the cannabis industry. I mean, rappers got their own. Every rapper and celebrity entertainer has their own quote unquote strand of weed. And again, it's on a stock market. You can trade stock trades of marijuana companies and the edibles and the foods and the pot, and it's just so openly free. Where there's laws in the books now that allow you to smoke drugs, bro. Like, did you ever think we'll be legally allowed to walk down the street, in so many words, and smoke weed, and the police can't say shit to you, in so many words, bro?
Uh, all I can say is money talks.
Yeah, they made a killing. They
Once
made
once
a
they
killing.
figure out how the money talks, everything just falls into place.
And that's the way it always works, bro. That's the way. And they've made billions amongst billions of this cannabis industry within the past 10 years. And I noticed another a lot of things that people are starting to really understand and pick up on the medical benefits from marijuana. People just have the assumption that marijuana just like you smoke weed and you get high and you're stupid and you're lazy and you don't want to do nothing with your life, but people actually smoke weeds because they don't want to do pills. They don't want to go to chemotherapy. They don't want to do fix things for this not being able to eat and anorexias and insomnias and back pains and neck pains. And weed is actually beneficial for a lot of people. You know what I mean? And people just don't. Well, now they're starting to catch on too. But once that stigma is gone, that weed is such a bad thing, I think, like you said, it'll definitely go to the next level.
Yeah, most definitely. It has always been stereotyped as something bad, and yet man-made chemical pills are okay. That just doesn't make sense. It's like everything is against nature. When you go against nature, that's when everything goes wrong. Yes, you got poisonous plants out there, but you already know what there are and not to touch it.
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
there's nothing wrong. I mean, me, it's like been having back pain for a couple of years. And
Right.
yeah, it does help with inflammation.
Mhm,
Sometimes when I'm lifting heavy stuff, my knees, ache a little bit. It helps with that.
mhm, mhm, mhm. That's definitely
Plants
it.
will
So,
always be medicine.
yep, yep. And it's funny that you said that. It's anything that God created is illegal. Anything man-made created, we could party all night long. They got alcohol is legal, and there's more deaths and murders and all that shit off alcohol surpass weed by 100%. But just because I smell like some grass or some skunk or whatever you want to call it, I'm the worst person in the world. I'm lazy. I'm a piece of shit. But you got motherfuckers out here running people over with their cars drunk and fucked up and throwing up on motherfuckers and all that shit. But that's legal. That's okay to do that. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But I I'm kind of glad it's where it at now, man. I'm looking forward to the next level it's gonna go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Anything you do against nature is like everything's backwards. It
Hmm.
just, doesn't make any sense. Genocide is legal, but life is illegal
Come on, bro.
in
Come on,
simple
bro.
terms.
Come on, bro. Don't give him too much like that, man. Don't hurt him like that. The craziest thing is legal, but this the most safest, efficient thing, boy. You better not do that, boy. That is the worst thing. That's like spirituality and religion. Religion is cool, but spirituality, oh no, that's the devil's work. That's the worst thing in the world. Like that's nature. That's from that's from the earth. That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? But it's just so crazy. We tend to get into the point of we follow the wrong things. We follow the wrong. We're so distracted. We're so easily distracted. You see what I'm saying? We're focusing on what LeBron James is doing. We're so focusing on what the celebrities out here are doing. We don't care about what's going on in our immediate lives that can make a difference as a like supporting the cannabis industry. You see what I'm saying? But when you got everybody out here, these thugs, quote unquote fake thugs out here, and they putting a bad stigma on it, it's kind of hard to raise the awareness of the cannabis industry. You know what I mean?
My bad.
You telling that the kicked in right on time.
Right.
Right, right. I feel
Um.
you.
I'm trying to like parable what you was just saying.
Mhm.
Um.
Cause the just thinking like right now, we're sitting here talking about the positives and the great things about the cannabis industry right now, but look at all the negative stigma that has out here. Like a lot of these people that enforce these things, or the rappers that support it, they're still with that thug mentality. They're still out here, you know what I'm saying, treating it as is something to be proud that you're still a dope boy selling. Like if you're still selling weed out here and then killing each other over weed, bro, it's like, come on, dog. You can go to any dispensary nowadays and get J's for $6 and $8. You see what I'm saying? When is the stigma gonna go? Like, leave weed alone is not the worst thing in the world, but we don't want to believe it because we're so distracted about other bullshit that we don't really give a fuck about the benefits of what's going on right now and the truth behind what's going on right now. You know what I mean? It's like
Well,
where
though,
where else? Go ahead.
the whole soul thing was big in the '90s. I get
Mm-hmm.
that, and they're trying to like still bring it on to like the 2000s. But one thing about us is like we do learn from our mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but teaching the young what happened before gets a little. It gets a little. What's the word I'm looking for? Distorted, I guess you might say.
Complacent. So yeah.
Because we're always, we always got this mentality where it's like you can't tell us anything, but
Mm-hmm.
also at the same time, they're saying what happened before.
Right.
It was worse
Right.
in the '90s with all this, gangster stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, things have calmed down dramatically.
Right.
I would say
Right.
that it has calmed down dramatically with the new generation,
Mm-hmm.
but also at the same time, it's like social media is
Yep.
raising them,
Yep. Yep. That's exactly
and
what it
that's where the
is.
distortion comes in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They believe
The
everything. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because when rap and everything first came out, especially with the gangster rap and whatnot, um, it was anger.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that was going on, you know what I mean, with the shootings and stuff like that, it was portrayed as anger, just the same way it was, portrayed that way in, when rap came out in New York.
Mm-hmm.
It was an
Right.
expression of what reality was.
Right. Right.
But all of a sudden, it became commercial, and the
Mm-hmm.
plan was
Mm-hmm.
to have more brothers incarcerated or dead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. You're absolutely right.
When we gotta really be careful what we bring out to the world,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because
Because
everything does stem from us.
yep. Everybody's watching us. Everybody, especially us as black individuals, especially us, everybody. And you know what's crazy? When we don't realize, or a lot of these youth don't realize that the whole world look at us. It's not just everybody in the United States, like everywhere in the world look at us, and that's the image that they get about us and other places in the world. You see what I'm saying? And like you said, they're so distorted with the social media because they're so easily distracted because they don't have to go out here and do anything. Everything is handed it to them right now. They don't have to go out here and get no real 9 to 5 job if they don't want to. They don't have to go out here and grocery shop if they don't want to. They don't have to leave their house if they don't want to. And that's where the distortion come in because they don't know how to go out there and be sociable amongst people without being angry when somebody's trying to tell them something. You see what I'm saying? So it gets to the point, it's like a lot of us or a lot of men give up and let the youngins just like, okay, you don't want to listen to me, you're gonna be your own destruction, but don't bring that craziness over on this side because we're hip to what's going on. You see what I'm saying? And that's where the like you said, that's where the distortion comes in at. That thin line when that social media and reality is very, 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 very thin. Like I just seen recently they were talking about your boy Ray J. Ray J came to DC to concert with Wale. Did you hear anything about that?
That's what he came here for.
Yeah, it was. I think it was supposed to have been some kind of concert or something, and I think he got put off stage or booed off stage or whatever the case is. And on his way home, of course, they chopped it up because there's a second part too. But on his way home, he was like, "Yeah, I came down to DC." He was like, "Yeah, fuck y'all DC niggas and all that." Like he was really going in on DC, and then of course everybody balked on him. Red Grant, a whole bunch of like people was like, "Bro, are you serious, Ray J? Like you don't do that, bro. Don't ever bring your ass back to DC. You talking reckless like that." And then, of course, like 2 days later, no, it wasn't talking about DC as the people. I love y'all. Y'all cool people. I'm just talking about the screamers out of DC. And then, bro, like we get so easily distracted. That was like big news for like a week in DC and around the city, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, look how easily we get distracted of something as stupid as him, Ray J. Not nobody of importance but this nigga. You know what I mean? It's
I don't know.
it's
He's
mind
just, I don't
boggling,
know what
isn't
to
it?
say. He's just somebody you really don't pay attention to. I'm like,
Right.
what for? I mean, I think that's what the people also saying that were booing. I'm like, who are you? Go
Mm-hmm.
away,
Yep.
kind of thing. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
DC has got his own thing. We got Go Go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we pretty much are our own celebrities. We don't really care about outsiders, celebrities. I get it
Mm-hmm.
because we created our own thing, and that's
Right.
what we rock with. We rock
Right.
with the Go Go. Yes, we
Mm-hmm.
like other things, but yeah,
Go go is it.
unless you coming in here to throw down with some Go Go bands or something, Ray J, just
Right.
don't, don't.
Don't do it no more, bro. Right. Right. And he came, I think he came back to the city and had like did something for the like the community kind of thing. Like I think he was down at like Howard or something like that and gave something for the community for like Thanksgiving to I guess to show face. I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? Somebody won't whoop his ass. So I guess it is what it is. You know what I mean? But again, we just fall so easily into the trap. You hear about your boy Stephon Diggs, the football player, and got like 8 girls pregnant, and Cardi B's one of the chicks. And bro, see how it's just the bullshit out. We get so easily distracted. It's just ridiculous out here now, man.
Well, something like that really shouldn't be all that new. I mean, that's what we here to do is be fruitful and multiply. If you want to put your business out there like that, that's you, but don't expect us to pay attention.
Right, right. It's them YNs, it's them youngest that love that kind of shit, man. Cause I get to getting on Instagram and when that shit get to popping up, bro, I'm like, man, I don't want to hear no more of this shit, stupid ass shit, bro. I really don't give a damn. And I think that's probably why Smoking Roaches ain't blown up like it's supposed to yet, bro. Cause I don't really like social media like that, bro. I can't sit here and post shit every damn day consecutively for 2 and 3 years, hoping to go viral, bro. I can't, bro. I don't have the patience for it, bro. I don't have the tolerance for it. I know I'm supposed to, but yeah, bro, you miss me on that
Yeah,
one.
I get it. I'm not much of a sports enthusiast, but as far as social media, just use it for business.
Yeah,
To get
yeah.
your stuff out there. That's all it's good for. Just like looking at it all day long. I mean, if it's not
Yeah.
something that's benefiting, I mean, there are some things beneficial on,
Mm-hmm.
social
Mm-hmm.
media to learn.
Right,
But that's what
right.
just it. That's it. I mean, entertainment. Yeah, there's some entertainment people that are not celebrities, but
Mm-hmm.
you find them amusing.
Mm-hmm.
But for the
Mm-hmm.
most part, keep your mind on business.
Yeah, that's
That's
all that's
that's
about. And it
everybody. Keep it on
and
business.
it and it's about who you follow also though. You can't be following big butt booties and then get mad because you see big butt booties on your timeline. So I think that might play up. I might gotta go back and clear out my friends list or something like that so I can get refocused on back what I need to be focusing on or something.
See, that's how I feel about TikTok. Really, I don't pay that much attention to TikTok because
I'm
the
just kidding.
stuff that I be trying to put on my profile sometimes, they say some of it can be a violation. I'm like, are you
Right.
serious? You got girls in bikinis dancing around.
Come on. And I got a cartoon character. Not even a cartoon character, and I can't even put it up. Yeah, that's how it is. And the things you can find so easily on these social media sites, bro. It's just like my little cartoon ain't hurting nobody, bro. Trust and believe.
No,
Trust and believe.
it'd be great on Hulu or Netflix or something. Yeah, it really would,
Hmm.
especially Hulu.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt, man. Well, my friend, we are almost down to our last bit of our J's. We have been smoking down, man. Tell me a little bit. Where can we reach you out, man? Where can we get in contact with you, man? What's your website? Give me all that info we can find you at, my brother.
Sure thing. My website is called wearchiba.com. And if you want to find me on Instagram, it's Chiba Wear Brand uh, on Instagram. If you want to, like, just hit me up on my DMs or, anything like that, give me a call on Instagram. Most times I pick up.
Yeah, you definitely do. Yeah, you definitely do. Is all your clothes and all your stuff is on your website and everything as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, that's dope, man. That's dope, man. I really appreciate you coming out, Sylvester, man. We had a great conversation, man. I wish you all the best in the world on your brand. I hope you touch the world, man, and beyond, bro. Go international with it, man. And I wish you all the greatest and all the best, my friend. I appreciate you once again, my brother.
I feel the same, Rob. It's like we're going to collab on a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, definitely. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Smoking Roaches podcast. Of course, I am your host, Rob Coffin. You can find me on all social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. You can also find Smoking Roaches on platforms on YouTube and Spotify to catch the full episode of the podcast. This will be dropping this Friday. Make sure y'all tune into Instagram this week. Gonna be dropping them clips on the things that y'all miss. Make sure you check out wearchiba.com and Smoking Roaches. I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you once again. Peace. Y'all have a good night.
Hey,
Good night. Thank you.
I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm gonna get you high today. Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.